Are you looking for a portable and affordable standalone tablet specifically designed for drawing? Hi, my name is Oyun Orka, a VTuber who tries to draw, and for today, we're going to unbox and try out the UGEE UT2. The team at UGEE kindly sent me a product to review, however, I was not told what to say in specific. After about a week of testing, I'm very happy to report that I was very pleasantly surprised by this tablet. But first, let's start out with the unboxing. So upon opening the box, you'll actually find that inside this box, there are two different packages inside. One of them is for the Smart Folio case, and the other is the drawing pad itself. On the back of this plastic wrap on the packaging, there's also contact information for help and support if you run into any issues with this tablet. So be sure to keep this plastic for later, and don't be like me and accidentally rip it carelessly. So putting this aside the tablet for now, underneath that, you'll find the boxes for the manuals, the drawing glove, the wires, and the pen. For the drawing glove, there's a little bit of extra padding on the bottom, which is very nice if you're drawing with this for a long time. As for the pen, I was really happily surprised with the fact that there's an eraser at the side. We'll try it out more later. Now onto the final boxes, which is just the charging ports. This includes a charging block with interchangeable wall plugs. If you attach these to the USB-C cable in one of the earlier boxes, you'll be able to plug this in and charge your device. Both the tablet and the pen needs to be charged separately. However, since this device and the pen are both USB-C charging, this is really convenient because I already have charging blocks that I use to charge my phone and other devices, so I'll just go ahead and use that. Setting aside the charging block, let's go ahead and check out the Smart Folio case. Opening up the box, you'll see a very thin and compact tablet case. It includes a spot for where your camera will be, and so all you need to do is slide this in, push it in, and there you have it. I also really like the design since it includes an extra space for the pen. And once you fold down the lid, you have this very nice, almost leather notebook-like texture protecting your screen. You can also fold back the gray part of the folio case, so it acts like a stand. Now that all the tablet is set up, after it's charged, I'm going to go ahead and test it for a few days before giving my proper review. So let's come back later. After testing with it frequently for a few days, and also even bringing it out to sketch with me once, I'm super happy to report that it's extremely compact, extremely portable, and also quite easy to use. As I discuss my pros and cons list, as well as my experience using this tablet over the past week, let's go ahead and do our illustration demo. So first, for the pros, setup was quite easy. Since this is an Android tablet, all I needed to do to set up the device is typically what you'd do to set up any tablet or new phone. I do want to say though that I haven't used a standalone tablet like this in over 10 years, I think. The last time I used a standalone tablet like this was back in 2014 when I was still a kid and just getting into digital art. Due to the nature of this being a standalone Android tablet, there were some things that I had to get used to coming over from a PC device. I did have some issues with palm rejection, however, I suppose that's why they included the drawing glove, so that you don't end up with these small dots on the side as you're drawing things. Despite that, the very small size of this was extremely convenient to use and bring out with me to draw. I often ended up sketching on my bed instead of doom scrolling on my phone, which is certainly a lot healthier. I also took it out with me to a diner to have some pie and coffee and also sketch. It was quite fun and very portable. Speaking of portability, the extremely lightweight and the folio style case makes it really great for taking out with you. The battery life was also very good. I used it lightly for a week on and off on a full charge and spent most days using it for either 30 minutes to 2 hours. Despite that, I didn't need to recharge the pen or the tablet in the week that I tested it, so the battery life is quite good. I was also very happily surprised by the pen, especially the pen eraser. I'm so glad that it has an eraser at the back. I'm often used to drawing with an eraser at the back of my pen since my main tablet does have an eraser at the back, so having an eraser on the back of this pen is extremely valuable. At about 4,000 levels of pressure sensitivity for the pen, this is on the higher end for these kinds of standalone tablets, but definitely less than a PC tablet. I think ultimately for professionals, this tablet wouldn't replace a PC tablet. However, as a portable tablet that you can use to bring out with you, I really think this is unmatched. However, this tablet is definitely not perfect. For my cons, I did have some minor issues with palm rejection, but that's to be expected since it does include a glove and I didn't use it that much. Also, sometimes the 2-finger undo or 3-finger redo tap didn't work as I was drawing, though I'm unsure if this was a CSP issue or a UT2 issue. And as a minor note, for some reason I had issues accessing or searching for apps. I'm not sure if this is specific to Android or to UT2, but usually when you swipe down, you're able to search for apps. However, on this device, when you swipe down, the app search device bar is replaced with a Google search, which is not super helpful for my needs. but it's fine since all my apps are here anyways. I just need to search for them manually. Other than that, I didn't have any major issues with this tablet, but as for marketing, I do want to say that the marketing makes this look like it's only for kids. Despite the marketing, this is definitely usable for professionals. I would still recommend a regular drawing tablet, as ultimately there are some limitations with working on these sorts of mobile devices, such as lack of shortcut buttons or keyboard shortcuts, or simply just lack of processing power compared to a proper computer. However, for a portable drawing tablet, this was extremely good, and I almost wish on their marketing that they would maybe highlight some of these portability features, as I think this holds up even for professionals. But other than that, overall, I had a fantastic experience trying out the UGEE UT2, and here's our final illustration. I'm certainly going to keep using this tablet in the future. It's definitely way more convenient than lugging around a laptop and a tablet, and the folio case really makes it easy to bring around and draw. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. Also, if you're interested in purchasing this tablet, the links to do so are in the description down below. Check it out. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!